Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now I do want to disclaim that this video does contain spoilers, so if you do not want any spoilers for Scream 5, you have been warned. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to discuss the recent article on the IndieWire website where Neve Campbell, Courteney Cox, and David Arquette, otherwise known as our Scream OG3, all spoke out about the death of Dewey Riley in Scream 5 and how they truly felt about that decision for the movie. Let's do it. So a couple of days ago, the IndieWire website published an article featuring Neve Campbell along with David and Courteney with the following headline: Scream star Neve Campbell still unsure whether shocking twist was, quote, the right choice. The actress still isn't over the shocking twist, but said she believes Wes Craven is giggling from the grave over the new film. Now, the article goes on to begin with the following. Neve Campbell, who has appeared as Sidney Prescott in all 5 films, said she was originally hesitant about making a Scream movie without Craven. But while directors Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli-Olpin won her over with their enthusiasm for the franchise, Campbell says she still has doubts about the film's most controversial twist. Speaking to Variety about the movie, Campbell still credits Craven for the film's popularity. Wes was brilliant and the reason this is such a successful franchise. She said, I really didn't know whether anyone would be able to pull this off and get the tone right, get the humor, get the cleverness. However, she received a letter from Gillett and Bettinelli-Olpin that expressed their reverence for Craven's work on the franchise. Their passion apparently came through because she decided to give them a chance. Quote, I think if they hadn't written the letter, I wouldn't have done it, she told Variety. So I will stop here for a minute to discuss this portion of the article. I thought it was very transparent of Neve to share that if she had not received that letter from Radio Silence, she would not have come back to play Sidney in Scream 5. We've known since day one how much Wes Craven meant to Neve, and I remember an interview a few years ago where she said that she could not imagine a Scream film being made without Wes Craven, and she acknowledges that Wes gave her her first leading role in her career and how difficult it would be to return to the franchise where it all began back in 1996 without Wes leading the helm. So, when they announced Scream 5, the biggest question I had in my mind was, will the OG3 be back? But most importantly, will Neve be back? I knew all of the comments Neve had made in the past since Wes passed away in 2015, and I always knew it would not be easy to bring her back to a Scream film without him. I mean, just imagine if Radio Silence had not written that letter to Neve. It would have been a real shame to not have had Sidney Prescott back in Scream 5, and while I still wish they had given her more to do in the movie, more screen time, some more lines, I am thankful for the scenes we have, and I do remain optimistic that she'll be back in Scream 6. Okay, now, the article continues. But while she is glad that she reprised her role for a 5th time, she still has conflicting feelings about the death of one of the franchise's most iconic characters. Quote, I was devastated, she said of the decision to kill Dewey, played by David Arquette. I still have trouble wrapping my head around it. I still question whether it was the right choice, because from what I'm hearing, there are a lot of fans who are really upset. So, okay guys, there we have it. Neve has opened up and been very honest in her feelings about the death of Dewey, sharing that she was, quote, devastated and still has trouble wrapping her head around that decision. After saying that, she ends it with the very strong words, in my opinion, of, "I still question whether it was the right choice." So these are very compelling statements from the queen of the franchise. She's basically saying that, not just that she is personally devastated by the writer's choice to kill Dewey, which is understandable, and I am too, and probably most of you as well. But she's not just saying that, she's also saying, I don't think the writers made the right decision to kill off the franchise. She's basically, questioning whether it was right to kill Dewey off the franchise. She could have stopped after saying that, she still couldn't wrap her head around Dewey being gone, and that could have just been the end of it. But she went further, and I'm personally happy to see that she is not holding back on her feelings about this decision. And I happen to agree 100% that Dewey did not have to die. I mean, they could have written another way to get Sydney back to Woodsboro without killing Dewey. There's a lot of ways you could do that. So, I'm with Neve. I'm totally with her on this one. I don't think that it was the right decision. And I will always feel that way. I think that he should have lived. He could have had such an arc to return back and redeem himself by the end of the movie and continued on. Anyway, I digress. Okay, next up, let's see what Courteney Cox had to say about Dewey's death. The article continues. Campbell was not alone in her concerns. As co-star, Courteney Cox tried to convince the directors to shoot the scene twice, once with Dewey dying and again with him surviving, just in case they changed their minds down the road. So here we learn that even Courteney was trying her best to make this not happen in the movie, and she told them to do exactly what Wes Craven did in Scream 96 and Scream 2, because he was going to kill Dewey in both of those movies. That was the plan. But shot an additional scene at the end of him in the stretcher both times, and he ended up keeping him alive both times. And I'm so happy about that decision. But here we see Courteney encouraging Radio Silence to do the same, but unfortunately they did not. So that leaves us with the man himself, David Arquette, who masterfully portrays Dewey in all 5 Scream films. What did he have to say about the choice to kill Dewey? Well, the article closes by saying, Arquette, for his part, has said that his heart sank when he first read the script, but went on to make peace with his character's fate. Quote, I'm an actor. It's their film, he said. The writers and the directors, that's their new concept, so I respect that and we honor that. So, from this article and another recent interview with David, which I actually posted a video about last week on the channel, we know that he was very sad that Dewey had to die, and he genuinely loves playing the character of Dewey, so he would have been thrilled to continue coming back. But as we read here, he basically says, hey, it's not my movie, I just act in it, so I have to honor what they decide to do with the character. But while he may respect and honor the decision, and perhaps made peace with it even, as he said, he has made it clear several times in other interviews since the movie has come out that he did not want it to happen, and he's going to miss playing that character. So he was all on board to continue playing Dewey. So it's just a shame to see it have to end in such a way as it did with losing Dewey in 5. So my final thoughts on Dewey's death are the following. If only Radio Silence had trusted what Wes did in the past and allowed Dewey to become a beloved character in the present by this new generation of Scream fans who are seeing the Scream film for the first time when they watch Scream 5. There's a lot of them. I am convinced if they let Dewey live, these new Scream fans, this new generation, would have grown to love him as a favorite character in the new trilogy, much in the same way that all of us legacy fans grew to love him in the original trilogy as well. But sadly, we'll never get to see that happen. All right, everyone. I want to know what you think of the OG3's thoughts and feelings about Dewey being killed in Scream 5. I want to hear your opinions, thoughts, ideas, and theories. So start leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss it together. Well, that is it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.